Hey, sweet friends. I am outside, so you're going to hear birds and the sprinkler and occasional traffic on the street coming down my street. But I wanted to show you some things that I had missed showing. Now, this came from a little thrift shop on the way home from Gulf Shores. I paid, I think it was $5. There's just one of him. I think he's supposed to be a bookend with a mate, but I just had the one. And look at these beautiful old books. Several good books I found while thrifting. This also came from that one thrift shop that we visited on the way home. And I have the Better Homes and Gardens Heritage Christmas Collection, and I never had that piece, but I think that piece was also $5. And it's pretty pricey if you were to order it brand new, but I find all my pieces used. Now, I'll probably never put this puzzle together, but it just looked so sweet, and it was 50 cents, and I just couldn't resist. It'll end up in some kind of vignette, maybe standing behind something cute. I don't know. I'm crazy. I don't know where I'll put it, but it looks so old, and I have distinct memories of putting puzzles like this together as a child in the 70s. What is this, 1974? Yep. It says it's Ramsau, Germany, and I did look up info, could only find something similar. Now, I really just love these bowls. I think I paid $10 for the set of 3, and this also did come from that thrift store on the way home from Gulf Shores. And these melamine bowls are just so good for the camper. They're good for summertime, 4th of July. You know, they're lightweight, easy to use, and I already had 2 large bowls similar to this, and I did pick up that set of 3. Now, Lisa, my sister, you're going to have to help me list this. If it's truly worth what I was seeing for any vintage Estee Lauder candle jars, I don't know if the candle needs to be in it for it to be worth that much, but I paid $1, and it had a little tiny Bible in it. It was taped shut with clear tape, and that actually came from the Holy Spirit thrift store, which we also stopped at as we left. Didn't we stop there as we left the beach? I think we did. Hard to remember, but love it. Now, this also came from the Holy Spirit thrift store, and I realize they're not truly old because they've got this, nutrition label and barcodes and all that. But it looks to me, I paid $1 each, it looks to me that they were made as a reproduction around 2007, and I plan to use those. Hey, it's Memorial Day, and I have some thrift finds from the last few days, just stopping by here and there when I can, when I have a few minutes. And it's a quiet moment right now. It's the middle of the day. We didn't plan a big cookout or anything. We just decided that we would take care of some things. My dishwasher just bit the dust, and upon investigating why the dishwasher wouldn't work, discovered there was a big leak under my kitchen sink, so I had to clean everything out from under my kitchen sink. That's terrible. That's just the worst. But we have a new dishwasher in the box in my kitchen, and then I had to move all that stuff around. So I just decided, it's a pretty day outside. I think I'll go outside to do my video. So where did I stop? This might all be from I think it is from the Home Place thrift store in Guntersville, and I went on Friday, which is a half price day, and Ben was with me, and he said he was going to wait in the car for me, but then he just scared me to death, sneaked up behind me and had found a duffel bag, which all my purchases got stuffed into the duffel bag, so you'll see it last. But let's see. Now, this old vase was not included in the sale, but it says half gallon, and I did pay $6 for it because can't tell what that says, but the lid looks so old. Concentrated blue something, blue lustro, blue, I don't know. Anyway, I loved the lid, and the lid being on it, and I loved the way the foggy stuff looks on the inside. That just looks old to me, and I love that. Am I weird? I just love it. I think it just looks like it came from another time, and that's the part that is so appealing to me. Okay, I always look through all the other departments. These jeans would have been half price, and they're Ava and Viv, and they are stretchy, skinny-legged jeans, $4. Marked 8, paid 4. And you know, I don't need another tote bag. I really do not need another tote bag. But this is so cute. Why do I like this so much? I can't even tell what this design is. It was marked 5, but I paid $2.50. And it's kind of, it's probably just plastic, but it seems like that oilcloth stuff that I really like. When cars pass by here, they probably wonder what on earth Marla's doing now. My neighbors, most of my neighbors, I love my next door neighbors, the Dickersons. Hey Regina, hey Chastity, if y'all are watching, I love y'all. They're good neighbors, I love them. And they already know I'm crazy, so that's okay. But like the random people who drive by, they're probably like, what's that woman doing? I don't know. I'm just here to be a blessing. Okay. The next grandbaby, we have found out it is going to be a boy. And I found little bitty leather, they're so pretty, little leather moccasins. They say 6 to 12 months, Little Monkey. I don't know what brand that is, but they are actual genuine leather. And not all baby shoes are, but these are. And they're so tiny and so cute. So we'll get to see little Aaron. His name will be A-A-R-O-N, Aaron Gage. Gage, G-A-G-E, is my son-in-law's middle name, William Gage. So he will be Aaron Gage, and they've had that name picked out since they were dating. They started dating when they were maybe just, their birthdays are almost on the same day. They're like a week and a half apart. And they started dating when they turned 16. Well, they started sparking. They started liking each other. And then sometime after that, after courting and being together at church, all the time, then they decided that they would ask if they could go on some dates, and they did, and they've been together ever since. So, you know, not all romances work out that way, but Mallory and Will's romance did. Okay. Now, this is adorable, and I really can't decide how I'm going to style this, but it was only marked $3, and I paid half of that, $1.50. For this adorable little, this item is recommended for display use only, you think? I guess it's Barbie sized, I don't know, but what I see is, I imagine little pots of flowers sitting, maybe one on it and some others around it. It just looks to me like an English garden kind of thing, but what really seals the deal is the fact that there is a rabbit carved in the back of it. Adorable, adorable. I love everything about it. It even has kind of crackle finish on it that makes it look aged. I know it isn't. Midwest importers of Cannon Falls. Do you think she looks cute? I'll hold her. Yes, you may.
Mommy, I'm gonna pretend she's a baby, okay?
Okay.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her hair.
I know, it's pretty, isn't it? We need to get her a new rubber band or a new ribbon on the back. Let's go get one. I don't know who that is, but I'll look it up and we'll see if we can figure out anything about it. Okay, as if I need any other kinds of doilies. I do not, but this would have been $1, and I love the idea of that for Christmas. Doing some beautiful little layering thing for Christmas. and 4th of July patriotic colors, 2 for $1.25, and I paid half of that, so that's 75 cents. And they are just little square doilies that look very old. They're just tied together with that price tag string. I love them. You can hear the cars going by, and I hope that's not too big a distraction. But I am outside, so okay. This little blouse was $5, but it was half price. So look how cute and thin and breezy that feels. Woo! It is a very thin, stretchy knit kind of fabric. It is Cynthia Rowley. I paid half of $5, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, ooh, I forgot about this. Mark II, I would have paid $1. A little teeny tiny toile lampshade, which has does not have any device to hold it onto, you know, to hold it onto my little candle situations that I do. You know, I use the little electric plug-in candles like you would use at Christmas in your window, or just, you know, that look like a candle but they've got a nightlight bulb in them. I like to use those with a little chandelier shade on them for accent lighting, like on top of a chest of drawers over in the corner of the room, or on top of my china cabinet, or on top of a very high shelf that just seems kind of dark up there. It's so beautiful just to have a little accent light going on. I do that in lots of places in my house, but I'd never seen a little bitty toile one. Look at the scene on there. The little boy and girl with a little dog beside them. That's precious. A little boy and girl holding hands. Ah, that's just too cute, too cute. All right. The Complete Works of O. Henry. I think I paid 50 cents for this, and look at the beautiful Auburn colors. My husband graduated from Auburn University in Alabama, and Auburn University colors, War Eagle, are orange and blue. So when I realized that was orange and blue and it was from the 1950s, I was like, yeah, we need that. Because occasionally I do a little bit of an Auburn decor kind of thing around the time of the Iron Bowl, which if you live in Alabama, you're aware that University of Alabama and Auburn University is the biggest football game of the entire year. It's probably bigger than the Super Bowl for the state of Alabama. It's just a rivalry that's been going on for probably close to 100 years. I don't know how long it's been going on, but it's a big deal, and everybody has parties and watches the game together. And many times our church has had a tailgate party in the church gym, and we have the best time, you know, because there's always people who are for Alabama and people who are for Auburn, and then there's that good-natured ribbing. One of our friends was for Alabama. Every time Alabama would score, this has been many years ago, this is Barry, Connie, if you're listening, you'll remember this. Every time Alabama scored, Barry had a big old Roll Tide flag, full-size flag, and he would take a lap around the gym and run. And it was one of those games where Alabama was having a pretty good bit of touchdown opportunity there, and they were scoring a lot. And so he kept going around the gym. Every time they'd score, he'd run around the gym with that great big flag. Well, the last time that he went around the gym, my husband Ben and another friend, they decided they would good-naturedly tackle him down, and they did, which they didn't hurt him. They did it in slow motion, but hilarious moment. I'll never forget it. That's so funny. Back to the thrift haul. All right. Has anybody ever seen such a device? I wish I could read. I can't read the teeny tiny little print on here. It's too rusty. But it's got a peeler and it's got a grater. And look at the shape. That is just right up my vintage kitchen utensils alley. Marked $5, but I paid $2.50. Isn't that sweet? I've never seen anything like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Okay, getting down to the end of it. All right, some Bernie Mev shoes that just happen to be my size. They're marked $3 and I paid $1.50, and they look like they have been only gently worn by someone who wasn't seriously going on any kind of long activity. But they fit perfectly. And you know how I love green, and you know how I love turquoise, and I've tried them on and they felt so good. See, that's important to me. They can't just be cute, they have to feel really good too. So I was like, for $1.50, yes ma'am, those will come home with me. And they did. And this is what Ben had in his hands when he sneaked up behind me. I thought he was outside in the truck waiting for me, which he sits there on his phone, and he has some apps on his phone that he constantly does. That's his zero time, you know, his wind down time. He plays, it's like strategy games, like, I don't know what the name of it is, Clash of Clans, something like that. But anyway, he has a good time, and it's a good way for him to connect with his brother and our sons-in-law. They're all in on it. They all have strategies, and you know, I hear Ben calling up my son-in-law or somebody and say, "We're at war, you've got to get your attack in." And I'm like, for real? But they love doing it, and they've done it for years. So I thought that's what he was doing. But he had come in the thrift store and found a really good duffel bag, and it is in pristine condition. Not a single thing wrong with it. I don't know what this brand name is. It was marked 7, but on half price day, everything 7 would be $3.50. So for $3.50, we have a really good thrift bag. I keep saying thrift bag. It is a thrift bag, but it's a duffel bag, and it'll be Joel's. That way he'll have something ideal for when we go on our trips. We have a trip scheduled for about the 3rd week in June. We were going to go camping and kayaking in Tennessee at the Hiwassee River. But in the meantime, Mr. Ben is going to have a partial knee replacement, not from degenerative knee, but from injury. He doesn't know when he did it. It's the same knee that he tore his meniscus several years ago, but that healed completely. But this is a recent thing where he has broken something else in his knee from activity, maybe from the last time we went to North Carolina. We don't know. He doesn't know when it exactly happened, but he does know that it began to hurt severely about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So x-rays show that he is going to get a little bionic mechanism in his knee, just over on one side, not a full knee, but a partial knee replacement. And that's going to happen on June 6th. So I don't know if we're going to get to go camping the end of June, but we will certainly still keep our reservations. So we've already got a cabin rented in North Carolina in the Bryson City area. We'll go there again the week of July 4th. I think we're going to leave about the 6th, and we will stay about 3 or 4 nights. And on that trip, several of my married children and their children, my grandbabies, will be able to come for maybe, if not all the days, a few of the days, parts of the days to do that. So that's exciting. We're looking forward to that. And I still really want to go to Tennessee, to the Hiwassee. I still want to do that camping thing, even if Ben can't kayak, which is very sad for him. He could still, we could pull a camper and we could still go camping. I don't know. We'll have to see if we can get him to do such a thing. I hope he will, because we haven't gone camping since last summer, and I love camping. But we're set up. I've got my hammock out here. I'm in the front yard, but it's so pleasant here in this shady part of my front yard that we've been hanging out here, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed being in the hammock while Ben does different projects. Oh, there's a mockingbird. Yesterday, I was out here in the hammock with my grandbabies in the hammock with me, and we were talking about the mockingbird, how it makes all the sounds that the other birds make. and I was making the sounds back to the mockingbird, and it was answering me, and they were amazed. I guess they think that I'm some kind of supernatural grandmother, that I can speak with the birds. But I enjoyed that very much. Oh, and we have, in the back of our property, we have a returning pair of red-tailed hawks. Do you know a hawk is a big bird? This is the second year that they have been at a nest in our backyard, and if I can capture, I'm not even talking to you, mockingbird, but if I can capture a little image of them, that's super interesting. They're big and they're beautiful. They are cream colored and orange feathers, deep red. I guess that's why they call them red tail, but beautiful hawks, and they're very loud, and I'm really praying that they don't find the litter of kittens. Now we just have one cat, and he's a male cat, and he stays outdoors, but we have a litter of kittens that we don't know who the mama belongs to. She might just be a stray cat, we don't know, but she's had a litter of kittens, at least 3, under the shed, which is right under the tree where the hawks are. I'm like, kittens. So we're trying to figure out if we need to go move the kittens, but you know, mamas are funny. If you move their kittens, sometimes they just abandon the kittens, and we don't want that. So we've my son Joel was just going out to the shed to get some tools, and he said, I just looked down and there's a kitten about this big just asleep in the grass right at the edge where it could easily run under the shed. And he said he actually saw 2. One immediately ran under the shed. He said the other one, he squatted down next to it and looked at it and watched it as it just slowly stretched and woke up, and then it caught sight of him and was like, choo! It took off, because they've not had any contact with people, so they're quite wild, I'm sure. But we wouldn't mind having a set of kittens. We like cats outside. I don't love them inside so much. We had the best inside cat that was just perfect. We loved him, and it was a sad day. He ran away from the vet's office as we were bringing him home. He got loose from my son, and the whole staff of the vet's office and my family, we looked for him for days. He ran into the woods behind the vet's office, and we never found him again. He was scared, and he took off. His name was Zeeb, and he was the best cat ever. And the reason I call him the best cat ever is because he preferred to go outside to use the bathroom, and he was so smart that when it was time, we had him a litter box, but he didn't want to use it. He would just go to the front door and meow until we let him out to go use the bathroom, and then he would meow to come back in. So, another reason we wouldn't have them indoors now is because my son Thomas is highly allergic to cats. So it's fine if the cats are outside, but if we have a cat inside, he immediately puffs up, and we're like, where's the Benadryl, He gets in bad shape quickly. So, all right. That neighbor surely did look at me like I had 2 heads and 7 arms. Should have just waved. Well, I hope you're all having a great week. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. This is Memorial Day that I'm filming this. Don't know when I'll get it posted. Maybe tonight, we'll see. Depends on the situation with my dishwasher in there, if we can get that put away. I love you all, and I pray that you are being blessed, and that the Lord is showing you in very specific ways that only He can, that He sees you, and He cares about you, and He knows exactly where you are every day.